Next up, Janine asks a huge, ridiculous, loaded question. I'm still going to answer it, but really it boils down to what's the most effective and cost productive method to acquire clients. All right, so let's back up and I'll actually go through Janine's question to try and give you guys a little bit more context. All right, so Janine asks, what's the most effective and cost productive method to acquire clients? This is only for the purpose of qualifying for a strategy meeting with my team to close the deal. Ideally, we would prefer automated funnel to complete a client questionnaire and then follow up with strategy meeting with my team. However, curious on your thoughts. Maybe a 15-minute phone call is necessary. If we can't automate it, please outline or diagram what this would look like. Verticals would be e-commerce, home service industries, and possible franchise. E-commerce clients, how do you niche down? The question keeps going. So Janine, this is way too big of a question for me to be able to answer for you, right? Like this on the spot. Again, this is like a very in-depth consultative question. And I could answer this, but we'd have to be going back and forth for like an hour. So I took a spin on this for you, and hopefully you like where I went with this. I think that high level, you're really thinking about this in the wrong way. You're thinking about what traffic sources. For me, I'd be looking at this as really like, what's the funnel? What's the flow that I'm going to take somebody through to turn them from a prospect into a qualified prospect, right? Into a buyer of some sort, and then into a core buyer, meaning they're paying me every single month $1,000 plus, okay? And I would set up that system, right? I'd then run traffic. I'd only focus on one traffic source at a time. I get it to work. Once it's working, I'd then outsource it to my team, build a system, right, with my team, have them manage it and run it after I prove the model. Then I'd move to the next, right? So for example, it could be, we start with cold email, okay? I get it working. I figure out the numbers. I build a system around it. It's literally so easy. My team can run it all day without me, right? Then I move on to what's next. So I could pick another traffic source. So let's say we're in the agency space. I want to go after, LinkedIn as a traffic source, right? I do the same thing. I figure out a system, I make it work, right? I get all the messaging down, I build a standard operating procedure around it, and then, right, I hand it off to somebody else. Okay, and I just keep rinsing and repeating that exact same process. Okay, but I think at the end of the day, what really you need to be focused on, if you're looking at my slides here, is what does that funnel, right, look like? And where do we take people? So guys, you can think about this as like a funnel with lead pages or click funnels, but also think about this as any type of offline funnel too, right? Like you just doing business with somebody. You meet them today, there's a handshake. What's gonna happen next and what's gonna happen over time? So when I'm talking about funnels, you can envision them both ways. Does that make sense? Give me a 2, guys, if that makes sense. Right? What's that story and what happens over time? Where are you going to guide them through? Okay, funnels aren't just online, right? Think about it offline too. When I think about us in making phone calls and sales, there's a funnel too. So high level, I think the first thing that you need to do is create an amazing foot in the door offer that none of your competitors can compete with, right? So if you're an agency, right, and let's say you're serving e-com, since you said e-com, right? Create an offer that nobody can compete with, right? So say that the offer is, it's a free foot in the door, and we'll set up and run your abandoned cart sequence, and we'll test it every month. We'll test the email sequence, right? Or something like that, right? Make an amazing offer that all these other people would be charging for, right? Build some case studies in there, make them an offer that they can't refuse. Wait, you're gonna do this for free? Of fucking course I'll let you have it. Here you go, right? Then you get to go in there, or your team gets to go in there, and you get to understand how many abandoned carts are there? Do they qualify for your next level of service? Are they somebody that you should just pitch like your biggest package to, right? But provide amazing value, right? Then step 2, make a strategic one-off, what I would say, order bump, to cover costs, right? So if it's free, right, have a free service and then have a little order bump, right? So for 200 bucks, we'll also do this, or for 100 bucks a month, we'll also do these 4 other things, right? And make the offers like too good to say no to, right? And then what that's going to do is that's going to cover all your marketing costs. That's going to pay for cold email. That's going to pay for LinkedIn. That's going to pay for YouTube videos. That's going to pay for your staff to do the service, right? So that's to get to like, step 2 is to get to like what you would call, or what some people call, a self-liquidating offer, right? Where if up until step 2, like basically that's where you break even. Then everything after step 2 is where you start making your money. Okay, so then in step 3, after you start delivering that product, here's the awesome abandoned cart stuff we're doing with you. Here's all the amazing results that we've got for you, right? We've brought in $3,000 this month in sales that you didn't have last month because of cart abandonment and what we've done, right? We'd like to meet with you, show you the results, and we have a couple of ideas that we think could take you guys to the next level and add another $10,000 or $15,000 a month in sales. What do you think they're gonna do? You think that they're gonna say yes? Let me know in the chat. Are they gonna say yes? Give me a 1 if you'd say yes to that pitch. Of course you would, right? So after you've delivered them results, or you've delivered them what you said you were going to do in step 1 and step 2, right? Upsell them into your core offer. Upsell them into your main offer, right? In your core offer, nobody should be doing core offers that's on this webinar for less than $1,000 a month. Okay, that's kind of my minimum. Okay, once you have that, then step 4 is to stay in front of your audience, right? And keep solving problems for them. Every time you solve a problem, guess what? That's loyalty that you're getting from them. If you train them for free, right? Like I'm doing right now. Okay, or you can offer it as an upsell, AKA more revenue to you, right? Instead of $1,000 a month now we have an offer for $3,000 a month. Okay, so really I think you need to be thinking about, what does the customer journey look like and what does the funnel look like? And I would rip this, I'd run with this, right? Take these slides, go build this out, and then start running one traffic source at a time. So I hope this helps.